expressions number 5. We're going to use the distributive property and combining like terms. Again, we're just following the order of operations till we can't do anything else. Now, a few things to make a note of. Always handle your subtraction, turn that into addition, do your additive inverse first. The other thing to handle, so we've got to handle this guy here. The other thing to handle is a situation like this. If you see a negative right in front of the parentheses, it's good to kind of clean that up too before you start. Here's what I mean. There's no number out in front of the parentheses. What's actually there? A 1. So I could rewrite this as -1 times y plus 6. And then I'm going to add the opposite back here. So this is just cleaning up our expression a little bit so that it's easier and we can be more efficient when we simplify. So if we look at the order of operations, I cannot do anything inside my parentheses here, my y plus 6. So I look outside. I have multiplication outside, and I have addition outside. According to the order of operations, multiply will come first, then adding will come second. So let's distribute this -1. So I get -1 times y plus -1 times 6. -1 times y is -y. -1 times 6 is -6 plus -2y. So multiplying is done. Then the adding happens. I can only combine things that are alike. So I can combine my -y with my -2y, right? It's like -1. If I have -1 plus -2, I get -3y plus -6. Now, in your answers, Alex will not allow you to have a plus sign and parentheses right next to each other. It doesn't like this. So we want to undo not the order of operations, sorry, undo the additive inverse. And instead of writing it -3y plus -6, we write -3y minus 6. Because if you think about it, if you were to look at just this little part and ignore this part, that's a -6, isn't it? That's because subtracting 6 is the same thing as adding -6. It's the same process. You're taking 6 away. You have 6 less. So your final answer in Alex, -3y minus 6. Full practice exam number 15, simplify expressions number 6.